Avalanche, Dallas Stars, second time this year, but this game has a lot more meaning today. The Avalanche play Dallas for their only afternoon game of the year. Let's take a look at today's Ford starting lineup. And Peter, these two goaltenders did not face each other on November 29th when the Avs and Dallas played before.
Yeah, Lettinen in goal for Dallas. Semyon Varlamov. The number ones are in net. This is a big game, Mike. Everybody is ready for this one.
And we're underway. The Avs start with the line that has really been clicking lately. Ryan O'Reilly, Alex Tanguay, and Jarome Iginla. And on defense, it's Johnson and Hayden, the top pairing for the Avs. So Patrick Watt going with guys who have really been playing well to start this game. Shot, score! A shot by Tyler Seguin, the leading goal scorer in the National Hockey League. And if he gets an opportunity, he doesn't miss.
And Mike, I think that may have been tipped. Yeah, I think Brett Ritchie. Now this is an interesting kid. I was going to talk about him when we had a moment. I was hoping we wouldn't talk about him this quickly, Mike, inside of this hockey game. This is only his 6th game. This is his 3rd goal since being called up. And Mike, he's a 2nd-round pick from 2011. But Mike, the big thing for him is 6'3", 220 pounds. He gives Seguin and Jamie Benn that big winger on the other side, and he could be a real important player for the Dallas Stars.
Peter, you're down there between the benches, so you had a good angle from that side to see that it was directed. But Seguin, who takes a lot of shots and scores a lot of goals, he was the one who took the shot. But as you pointed out, Ritchie with the tip and redirects it early, and the Stars get a goal just 27 seconds in.
It's been sort of a little page out of the Avalanche book. The Avalanche have had some early goals of late, but you know, you look at these two clubs, Mike. The Avs 8-3-2 in their last 13. Dallas 8-2-2 in their last 12.
So just that quickly, folks settling in for an afternoon game between Dallas and Colorado, and the Stars strike early, and they lead this game by a score of 1-0. We got a whistle, hand is up, we got a penalty. And so we've had a goal, we've had a penalty, all within the first minute of action here in this first period of play.
Dallas penalty, 21, 2 minutes slashing.
Player Antoine Roussel, he's a player, Peter, he'll get under your skin.
Yeah,
he plays that kind of way, doesn't he?
He absolutely. 4th in the league in penalty minutes, but he's got 10 goals, 10 assists, 20 points. But here's a moment for the Avalanche. Remember last game, Mike, the Avalanche got a power play. Late in the 2nd period, they converted early in the 3rd. Instead of 3-1, it was 4-1. Those are the kind of goals you need in a game like this. This one with a power play will get everybody back into the game.
We've seen that call, Peter, so many times. You knock the stick out of somebody's hand, they're going to call a penalty. Power play chance for the Colorado Avalanche. And they were good against Dallas their first meeting back on November 29th. A 5-2 win for the Avs, and they scored 2 power play goals in that game. Now, if the Avs score the power play, a lucky winner will get Avalanche tickets to an upcoming game, courtesy of American Lifestyle Furniture, registered afwonline.com/altitude. Tanguay has the puck, pushed down the boards, pass back high in the slot for Tyson Barron. Well, soft pass goes to Tanguay. His pass broken up, bounces O'Reilly center, but it hopped over the stick of Tanguay. Whip back around, hustling across to the right point. Barry keeps it alive for the Avalanche. Flicked over towards Briere, walks across, his pass, tip, and still control though in the Dallas zone. Again, wound up for the one-timer, but it was just a little bit off, and he couldn't take the shot. Settled it down, but then the puck knocked out to center ice.
Mike, right there, you see that perfect example of on the power play. It's got to be tape to tape. You cannot miss even by that small a margin because it slows everything down.
You're talking about the pass towards the Iginla.
Yeah, pass to Iginla. If it's on his tape, it's a one-timer on net.
1-0 lead for the Dallas Stars. They scored just 27 seconds into the contest. Trying to kill a penalty. And they have the puck at center ice. 20 seconds left in the Antoine Roussel penalty. Called at the 52nd mark, a slashing penalty. Puck dumped down the ice by Dallas. Flick to the corner. Nick Holden's got it. Handoff goes to Erik Johnson. Time running out though for the Avs on this power play. Just 5 seconds left. They gain the line. Talbot centered it across off of Kari Lehtinen. Gives it along the near side. Roussel's out of the box. Power play done. Avs did not get a shot on net during that power play opportunity. Still trailing 1-0. Johnson moving along. His shot goes wide of the net. Johnson with 11 goals this season. One of the 2 players on the team with more goals than assists. The other being Daniel Briere. Shot down the ice by the Dallas Stars. Arm is up from the linesman. We got an icing call on the Stars.
Let's go back and have a look at that goal, Mike. The start of this game for the Dallas Stars. You see the defenseman pinching down low. Dallas has been very good in the offensive zone this season. They're one of only 5 clubs in the National Hockey League that are averaging more than 3 goals a game this year. And well, I can't tell you, Mike, what a luxury it is to reach down into your farm team. And when you've got some injuries and find a 6'3", 220-pound guy that can play on your top line.
Avs have the puck. Dancing back behind the net. And a takedown. Another penalty on Dallas. Matt Duchene draws the penalty. Jason Demers is going to the penalty box. So the Avs get another power play chance.
Dallas for minor holding.
For the Avalanche, Mike, the first one they were a little frustrating. And Duchene, Mike, able to draw that penalty, and now again, this one, Mike, let's concentrate on the passing. The passing's got to be good. They got to get some shots at least to get some momentum going in this game.
Didn't have any shots in that first 2-minute power play opportunity. Face off in the Dallas zone. Ryan O'Reilly making the draw. He's got Briere, Tanguay, Barry, and McGinley on this power play. So just 1 defenseman out as the Avalanche, Peter, going with 4 forwards on this power play opportunity. Dropped it for O'Reilly. Over the line for McGinley. Bounced it into the corner. Stripped away by the Stars and then shot down the ice. Varlamov out to handle the puck. Chipped it up the wall for McGinley to take. Finds Barry. Pass to the blue line. Carried in. Dropped off along the boards for O'Reilly. Down the wall to the half boards for Briere. As with the man advantage, Dallas leading 1-0 in the first period. Just beginning things. Back to the point for Barry. Second power play chance already for the Avalanche. Blocked in front of the net and then cleared out by Alex Goligoski. Terrific defenseman for this Dallas Stars team.
Mike, it's always good to get power plays, but when you get them early like this, it throws the whole flow. There's several players for the Avalanche that haven't even stepped on the ice for more than just a half a shift.
Loose puck behind the net. McKinnon and Duchene are there. The puck comes free and Johnson getting involved. Back towards Holden. Pass gets through. Landeskog to the corner for Duchene. Check, but handoff goes to Landeskog. Back up the wall for Nick Holden. Back to Landeskog. He shoots. Blocked. Johnson and a dribble on him. Recovers. And Popechek sends the puck to center ice. But angling across, Holden will pick up for the Avalanche.
Boy, Mike, I'll tell you, Dallas, do they turn over their penalty killing unit quickly? It's like not even 20 seconds at times.
They got a fresh 4 out there as Duchene chases the puck to the corner. 10 seconds left to go in the penalty. A steal and a clear. Made again by the Dallas Stars. Ryan Garbutt shooting it down the ice. And that's it. Out of the box comes the Bears. No shots. So, Peter, a total of 4 minutes of power play time with no shots on net.
Yeah, that again, not always going to score, but you want to get a little momentum. So the Avs are going to have some good 5-on-5 shifts.
Dallas with the puck. Spezza to the point. Shot. Knocked down in front of the net. The Avs had 3 players standing in front of Varlamov. That puck hits Stewart. Peter, he is bent over at the waist, headed to the bench. Stewart earned it, blocking that shot. Pass comes to center. Sevior shoots it ahead. Hayden wedges the puck free. Scooped up though by Spezza. Centered in the slot. Talbot defensively made a nice play. And the puck taken back by the Avs. Tyson Barry tangled up in the corner. And taken by Dallas. Side of the net covered by the goaltender Semyon Varlamov. For the Dallas Stars, they got a goal in the first 30 seconds of play. They lead this one 1-0.
Back at the Pepsi Center, Dallas up over the Avs 1-0. Patrick, I know you probably weren't happy with that early goal and nothing really doing on the power play. Moving forward, what are you looking for from the guys?
Just want to make sure we don't change our game. I mean, obviously, it's giving a goal early in the game, I mean, could affect our start. But at the same time, we had 2 power plays. That means we're moving our feet, force them to take penalties. On the power play, I'd like to see a little bit more shots on them.
Thanks, Patrick.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, back up to you.
Thanks very much, Julie. 1-0 for Dallas. Face off in the Colorado zone. Each team with just 1 shot on net. Avs, though, have had 2 power play opportunities, as Coach Waugh said. Like to see some more shots on the man advantage opportunities. Between the circles, Johnson pushing the puck out towards center. Flag down. Seguin behind his back pass, but he was wrapped up by Landeskog and couldn't connect with the pass. Erik Johnson leading the rush up ice, and then a hit on Duchesne. Johnson throws the puck wide. And the puck comes out to center ice. Bumped ahead by Hayden. Banged off the boards to center ice. And there's Erik Johnson again leading the way. Getting involved. Coming back to the puck. Johnson threw it back behind the net. Landeskog threw it up the slot. Intercepted by Dallas. Shot goes wide of the net. To the near side wing. Klingenberg to the corner. Trying to center out in front. He did, and a big hop carries the puck to center. Goligoski takes a hold of the puck. Cross-ice pass for Ales Hemsky. Called offside of the Dallas Stars.
Well, for most clubs, they're right in around that 41-game mark, which marks the halfway point of the season. This is 41 games today for Dallas, and you see Tyler Seguin 26 on the pace, Mike 53 right now. Probably the only, Nash has been tremendous. Stamkos apparently, according to him, is not playing at his best right now. But, looking at maybe not having another 50-goal scorer this year or anyone with 100 points. It is just a tough league to score and get points.
Avalanche, Peter, are going to see a couple of good goal scorers on the road trip in Ovechkin and Stamkos. As the Avs embark on a 5-game road trip that starts on Monday. Pass through the middle circle, sent across by Spezza. Backhanded ahead by Horcoff, but that is tipped into the Avalanche bench, out of play.
Well, for Lindy Ruff's club, Mike, he was so long with the Buffalo Sabres, and Mike, everyone will remember that he actually coached against Dallas the year that they went to the Stanley Cup Finals, and Dallas won their Stanley Cup. But look at the teams here, Mike, and Dallas being one of them, and obviously Ben and Seguin bringing over Spezza from Ottawa have all helped make them one of the only 5 clubs that have scored more than 3 goals a game.
Dallas has the puck after the face-off in the neutral zone. Quick pass up by Trevor Daley. Whipped around the boards himself. Overskated the puck. Finds it though as he reached back into the corner. Garvin fast back to the point. Shot through a lot of traffic. Knocked down. And the puck picked up by Talbot. Skates behind the net. Finds Nate Yennon. The Avalanche defenseman pulls up, slides it across in front of his net, out towards center ice. It sails down into the Dallas zone. Kari Lehtinen out to handle the puck. Wrapped around the glass. Avs keep it alive. Shot, tip, block, saved by Lehtinen. Kicked out the right leg just in time after a nice tip by Colorado. Avs have the puck in their own zone. Mitchell circles back and heads up ice. Quick pass finds McLeod. Backhanded in, wide of Lehtinen. Stars have got it. Out the pass to center ice. Ben left it along as the far boards over the line. Punched ahead by Brett Ritchie. He's got the goal in this game. Pass down the boards. Broken up by McLeod. That allows the Avalanche to get a hold. Tipped to center ice by Cleese. Stars kick it back in. Colton Sceviour to the corner. Taken from him. 10:40 left to go in the period. Shot towards the front of the net. Knocked down. Back in and score. And it's 2-0 for the Dallas Stars.
Well, the Dallas Stars, this is Dad's Day, the father's trip, and they're obviously enjoying a real nice start to this hockey game. just good work down low. People in front of the net, just a very basic goal. They got control of the puck. They were actually outnumbered to the Avalanche in front of the net in this situation. And you know, isn't that amazing, Mike? After all the saves, what's that? Dallas's third shot, and they have 2 goals. After it took 92 shots to get 2 goals against Varley in the last couple of games.
Today, taken 3.
Scored by number 22.
Jason Spezza, long pass out to center ice, carried in by Hemsky in the slot. Pass goes across, and back behind the net, picked up by Spezza. Goes it back towards the point. Shot down low, tipped in front, blocked. Picked up and circled back behind the net by Hemsky. Throw back towards the point. And the puck has gone out of play. We got to stop with a 2-0 lead for Dallas as we take a look at our Jeep scoring summary on that last goal scored by the Dallas Stars. Colton Sceviour at 9:24, 5th goal this season, and the veteran Vern Fiddler with the assist. And there's your Jeep scoring summary on the 2nd goal of this afternoon's game between Dallas and Colorado.
And for Patrick Wadsworth, obviously the last thing that you want is fall behind 2-0. But what it does is change a little bit the complexion of the game. Like we talked about it last game against Ottawa. The idea a team gets ahead by a couple of goals, and you have to start chasing the game a little bit. So you know, I know it's very early, but it changes how the game might be played.
Second shot hit a skate. Comes across, bounced into the corner, rolled back around. Waiting is Tyler Seguin, number 91 for the Dallas Stars. Took a stick to the face. And the puck comes down the ice. Seguin leaving the ice. Go to the bench.
Like I'm standing here beside him, and certainly don't want to be staring at him, seeing how he looks. But he's.
Oh, it was a puck. Excuse me, it was a puck to the face, Peter.
It came up. I believe
saw Hayda waving the stick, and then next thing I see, Seguin's covering his face.
And you automatically assume the worst, right? Yeah. Looks like you got it right in the teeth.
Pass in the slot, comes back to the point, kept in, slid across, got tipped down low, and goes wide of the net. Got back in front, and another stop by Varlamov. Goligoski handles the puck, sends it across for Ryan Garvin. Tangled up right at the blue line with O'Reilly, and allows the Avs to get possession back. 9 minutes left to go in the first period. Nathan MacKinnon dodges Fiddler. He turns and shoots, kicked away by Lettman. MacKinnon catches up to the puck, flicks it towards Mitchell in the corner. Back towards the point, but doesn't connect with Nate Gennon. Mitchell back to pick up the puck, moving through the middle zone, launches it ahead, flag down, pushed across, out to center ice, starts Fiddler. Spins it into the zone. Varlamov reversed it back around the boards. The Stars have got it. Shot comes wide of the net. To the near side, back to the high slot. Shot by Spezza. Goes wide. From behind the net, defenseman Jason Demers trying to make a pass towards Horkoff. Pressured out towards center ice. That's the line. Get back out to center. Spezza flipped it in. Horkoff will catch up to it. Former Edmonton Oiler. Hand off to Hemsky, another former Oiler. Turns, shoots, goes wide. Spezza from behind the net, trying to center out in front. Picked it up. He does throw it out into the center zone but it's picked up by the Avalanche and chipped ahead down the ice. And the Avalanche going to get called for icing. 7:48 left to play in the first period. Peter, well, the Stars are already up 2-0, but let's take a look at today's winning combo brought to you by Blackjack Pizza.
Well, Mike, you know, I mentioned this. I did actually write these before the game, but slow down the Dallas offense. Well, they haven't done that to this point in power play. They're 0 for 2, but you see 9-2-4 this season in the 15 games where they have scored a power play. So it is just as last game. They're always key goals.
Hit along the boards, the puck underneath some players. Quick pass up the middle, and Briere shots it out to center ice. Jimmy Vanamili to Daly. Shot ahead off for Ritchie. slammed around. Benn turns and shoots. That hit a body in front, and there were a bunch of them in front of Varlamov. Aired up ice. Rendulic over the line, but offside Colorado. We'll be back. First period of play in Denver. 2-0 Dallas. All right, let's see who is in the groove today. Presented by Groove Subaru.
Well, Mike, it's no accident. You have to have these kind of runs to get yourself back into the playoffs push. Anyway, Nashville, wow, what a year they have had. They've actually pushed their head coach into being the coach of the All-Star game against Daryl Sutter. Daryl Sutter, of course, because they're the Stanley Cup champions. But no one saw Nashville doing that. But you look at the Avalanche, right, and the run that they've had. They're 8-3-2. They were 10 points out when it started. They're still 5 points out. So which means that they're going to have to do that again to get even in the Western Conference.
First period, hooking along. 7 minutes left to go in this period. Dallas with a 2-0 advantage. Tyler Seguin centered in front for Ritchie. Bounce free, Goligoski had to wait for the puck to settle down. The top line for Dallas. Back out again. Eric Johnson steals away the puck. Makes a pass. Rendulic. Pass to center ice. Matt Duchene dumps it to the corner. And changing up their forward line. Goligoski back to get to the puck for the Stars. Pass off the boards. Good hit by Holden. Frees up the puck. Ginla. The puck around the boards. Comes out to center. Stars have possession. Pass across. Garvin. The puck in. Took a hit from Ginla. Puck goes back towards Garvin. Grabbed back by Dallas. Pass into the far corner. A little bit of a dangerous play, but it comes out to center. Knocked in. Right at the blue line. Holden up ice for Ginla. And the puck bounces into the Dallas zone. Handled by Jordy Benn. Shot around the boards by Dallas. Travis Moen. Colorado with the puck. Ryan O'Reilly moving in. Offside. He had just a little bit of a deke as he came to the blue line. And that caused the play to be offside. 2-0 lead for Dallas in the first in Denver. Stevenson Automotive brings you today's Did You Know question on this day in 1960. Who became the second goaltender to wear a goalie mask with a C1? Jerry Cheevers, who you know very well, Peter. Yep. C2, Don Simmons. Or C3, another Boston Bruin, Eddie Johnson. All right, we'll have an answer for you coming up during the third period of play.
Is that not the classic case, Mike, of everybody remembered who the first, but no one remember who's the second?
Well, actually, Peter, the very first goal, I mean, Jacques Plante wore it, but Clint Benedict was the very first goalie that ever wore one. He got hurt during the game and put one on. That was back in the 20s.
Right, but
Plante became the guy to wear one regularly.
Right, what happened was Jacques Plante was the first one to put one on and keep one on.
Right, exactly.
And he was told by his coach, if you lose, you got to take it off. And I think he went like 18 games in a row or something.
It was the whole thing about your manliness, right? If you're going to wear a mask as a goaltender.
Toe Blake was the coach, and he just hated it. He said, this isn't the way it should be done.
Well, you go in there and take some shots.
Typical center iceman, you know?
Well, it's 2-0 for Dallas. 5 minutes remaining in our first period of play.
Well, Mike, when you take 4 goals against the side of the game, the Dallas Stars are the most explosive club in the NHL as far as where their games get to. And that's why for the Avalanche, you're not playing one of those clubs that just grinds things down. They'll be scoring. This will not be the final score, Mike, 2-0 in this game. Both clubs are going to get some offense going, some more offense going, obviously, if you're Dallas.
5 shots apiece. 5 minutes left to go in the period. Backhanded in. Varlamov will allow Nate Gennet to catch up to the puck. Way up the boards. Barry for the Avalanche. Trying to clear it up the boards, but it was flagged down. Garvin knocked it down. Going to go back to the point with a pass. He does. Lindbergh shot goes wide. Shot and off the side of the net by Roussel. Garvin shoots through traffic. Roussel will catch up to the puck. Worked it into the slot. Kept in. Klingberg moves it down the far side wall. Out to center ice. Peter, worth mentioning, John Klingberg. There's a guy that wasn't much heralding of him before he came to the league, but what a season he's having. He's a +10, 13 points.
In 26 games, another one of those guys, Mike, you just don't expect. He had 9 points his first 12 games in the National Hockey League. For a defenseman, I mean, they just found a gem.
There to center. And shot down the ice by Landeskog. Icing called on the Colorado Avalanche. 3:46 to go in the first period.
Well, if you're talking to Lindy Ruff right now, he has to be pleased with the way that his club has approached this game. Short shifts, good passing, especially through the neutral zone. They have completed a lot of passes, Mike, as we talked about, tape-to-tape passes that have let them flow into the Avalanche zone and get some pressure.
Here's a team that does not have a win, regulation win, in their last 3 games. But previous to that, they had won 7. Excuse me, they won 8 games and just lost 1 in the previous 9 before this little stretch where they haven't won in 3. So this is a team that caught fire, but they have had a couple of points in the last 3 games, just no wins. But they certainly had their streak that got them back in the playoff picture, going 8-1 in those 9 games.
But it's, again, they're much like the Avalanche. Situation for them, Mike, is that they were so far out of it that they're not in it yet. As much as, you know, okay, like the Avalanche, they've crawled closer. But you just look around the Western Conference at games that are going to be of importance tonight for in both Dallas and the Avalanche. You've got Winnipeg at Los Angeles, Nashville at Minnesota, the Rangers at San Jose, Calgary at Vancouver. So, you know, what's it going to look like tomorrow morning?
Well, the one that obviously is very interesting in both the Avalanche and the Stars is that game is moving in. Steven Star, it's a shot that goes wide of the net. Boy, he beat everybody to the puck to get a shot there. But Peter, that game between Los Angeles and Winnipeg right now, they are the 2 wild card teams.
Yeah, they're 7 and 8 if you want to look at it, or 1 and 2 as far as a wild card. And you know, the last thing he wanted was 3 points. Just let someone win 6-0.
Tanguay cuts in, nice move, and he shoots. That time he just a little bit deep before he had that patented shot. There's a chance by Mitchell, denied by Lettinen. Alex Tanguay so smooth coming down that slot. Gave himself a chance, but he was a little bit deep when he took the shot. Win the circles. Covered as it trickles towards the crease by Kari Lettinen, the Dallas goaltender. But Alex Tanguay, Peter, boy, nobody does it like he does.
And with a couple of assists last game, we talked about the fact he got to 800 points. Got a chance to congratulate him today, and like I told him, anybody that gets to 800 points is a terrific hockey player.
You know what? You can almost see there, he knew he was too deep. He was going to try to bank it in off his back, wasn't he?
Absolutely. Nothing is lost when he has the puck. I mean, he knows what's going on. He knows where he is. He knows what he can and is not able to. He couldn't get that directly on net, so he had to try something else.
Using what you often call that hockey imagination. Dallas with a 2-0 lead. Spence's pass connects, carried out to center ice by Jordy Ben. Over the line, Horcoff turns and shoots, and stopped by Varlamov. The puck came free. Hand off Hemsky. Back to the point and whipped by Jordy Ben. Lettinen, and he likes to handle the puck. Kari Lettinen will come out and he'll do some things with it.
Mike, historically, he's 21st all-time in assists for goaltenders and second active. So, I mean, he very underrated his ability to play the puck.
Hit by Roussel, sends the puck into the Avalanche zone. Avalanche. Nice pass to get to center ice for Cody McLeod. It's in, but then the Avalanche ruled to be offside.
Well, Michael, we look at a 1998 draft that really, it was the Lecavalier draft. He was all about that. And the one thing that you and I are talking about before the game is, one, what have they all got? Well, they'll obviously all have over 800 points, but each one of these players has been on a Stanley Cup winner. And I think that is probably one of obviously the most important thing that ties these 4 guys together.
Funny, Peter, when you look at that draft, and it's always fun to look at drafts and go, all right, if you could redo it now. Save made by Lettinen. I mean, who would be the #1 pick there? You redid it. Would it be Datsuk?
Yeah. He would be my #1 pick. I just think he's so talented. Lecavalier has had a great career.
1 minute remaining in
when
the period.
he was in Tampa Bay, I mean, when he was going, he was so big, so strong, so dominant. But Datsuk has just got so much. And Datsuk was a late draft pick.
Rendulic shoots the puck into the Dallas zone. Stars get it back. Quick pass by Goligoski. And the breakout has begun for Dallas. They shoot the puck deep into the Avs zone. Dropped in the corner. Barry Johnson picking up speeds. He comes out towards center. Good pass for Duchesne over the line from Landeskog. Zip to the side of the net. Stars have got it. Carried out towards center by Demers. Seguin. Pass comes behind the net. Freed up. Sent out in front. Blocked. One-handed back down the boards by Moen. Avs get it back with just 10 seconds to go in the period. Long pass tipped off the glass. Seconds left to go in the period. And there's the horn to signal the end of our first period of play. 8 shots for Dallas, 7 for the Avalanche. But an early goal for Dallas set the tone. Then they killed a couple of penalties, Peter, and added another goal.
Yeah, you know, when you look at it, obviously the first goal is so important, but the penalty kills that Dallas was able to get in that first period were just as big because they have never got a chance to equal it up, and then all of a sudden it's 2-0.
That's our score at the end of the second period of play at Pepsi Center in Denver. You're watching Avs on Altitude. Stay tuned after the break. Coming up on Altitude is the Toyota Intermission Report. 2-0 lead for the Dallas Stars. They struck first. They struck early. And the Avalanche have to come back here in the second period down by a couple of goals. And the reason it's important, Peter, when you look at the standings, you see how significant this game is. Game 42, the second half begins today for the Avalanche. And standings now are important. We'll be looking at these every game.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, Mike, you and I talked about this before the game tonight. Just the idea that, you know, who was going to step up? Because now all of a sudden you're down by 2 at a period where Dallas played very well. Lettinen wasn't really tested in that first period. A couple power plays didn't go your way for the Avs. Now, who's going to be the player to make that play? Who's going to have that shift? Who's going to get things started for this Avalanche club? Because they've done it so well of late. But now, again, Mike, we talked about the start. There was no Briere last year. There was no Iginla. There was no Stewart. This club is a different club. The makeup is different. The leadership is different. So we'll see now who comes to the front for the Avalanche.
And we're set to begin the second period. Teams with even strength to begin things. Duchesne against Seguin for the draw. And the puck is down, and Duchesne won the opening faceoff to start our second period. Penalty call.
Yeah, on the Avalanche this time.
Well, that didn't take long, just 4 seconds in. And Borna Rendulic into the penalty box.
Yeah, it's going to be
interference call, Peter.
Yeah, going to be interference. He just right there, right in the middle of your screen. Rich comes across, gets the stick in on Ben. He wasn't helped by the fact that he kind of got tangled up with Duchesne too. But now, Mike, this is a key one for the Avalanche. Watch out for Daly, Mike. He has 5 power play goals from the point for Dallas.
Seguin, as you would expect, leads the team with 6. Seguin, tap pass for Spezza, and Dallas. They know this is a huge moment here for the Dallas Stars. The puck comes behind the net. They can go up 3-0 over the Avalanche earlier in the second period for the Avalanche. They know this is a big penalty kill. Trying to get the momentum swung back the other way. Puck comes free, back to the point. There is Daly. Peter just talked about him. His shot hits Varlamov, and the puck is slugged out by Hayda, the Avalanche. Rendulic in the penalty box. Dallas up 2-0 early second period. They're on the power play. Brought in and over the line by Spezza. Pulls up. Pass into the high slot. Shot through a lot of bodies. That was blocked by a sliding Nate Yennin. Back to the point for Daly. I was trying to get a penalty kill. Bouncing puck side of the net. Pass to the high slot. Shot through traffic. Missed. And the puck bounces up in the air. Lands in the corner. Stars have got it. In front of the net. Shot slowed up. And then covered by Varlamov. Well, this is the team, though, Peter, the Dallas Stars. They're 0 for 8 in their last 3 games. Their power play has not been clicking. In those last 3 games, they have not won the game. When their power play may be a factor in that.
And the Colorado Avalanche, we showed you the numbers last game. Semyon Varlamov right around 970 his save percentage when he's on the penalty kill with his team. I mean, he has just been, if there's been one area where he has been just outstanding, it has been when the Avalanche have taken a penalty.
Ball starts to the faceoff, and Sean Horcoff, nice grab there. And linesman Jay Sherrers, he was spinning a little bit, and Horcoff grabbed to make sure he didn't go down to the ice. You know Horcoff's going to get the next call, isn't he? Right? Close call?
Absolutely.
He gets the benefit of the doubt, right?
No. And Mike, here's how it works for the linesman. What they can do is they'll drop the puck on your side of the circle.
Okay.
It's
a little payback right away there.
They can't give penalties.
Here comes Horcoff. He's in, and the backhand goes wide. Back around Hemsky with the puck. And lifted out to center ice. All of a sudden, Peter, there was an opportunity for the Dallas Stars.
And Hemsky's mad, Mike.
Yep.
He's had a difficult season. He only has 5 goals, and he has so much skill. It's unbelievable. He signed a pretty good contract with Dallas Stars as a free agent, and he hasn't quite put up the numbers.
The Avalanche should do the job on the penalty kill. They thwart the Dallas Stars. They had 3 shots, Dallas did. It remains 2-0 game. So, Avalanche did what they needed to do at the beginning of this period. Pass to the line for Fiddler. Back in front. Backhand try by Sevier. Goes wide of the net. Pass to center. Into the Dallas end. Injured a Dallas Star player going off the ice. Travis Mullen, very slow. He was behind the entire pack going to the bench. Pass into the middle. Picked off. Landeskog charging out to center ice. Duchesne to his left. And McKinnon to the right. Shot saved by Lettinen. Bouncing puck. Scooped away by Jordy Ben. Backhanded out towards center, and the tip sends the puck into the Avalanche bench out of play.
Well, for years, Mike, we watched this kind of move for Hemsky up in Edmonton, and he's just got that silky smooth kind of style. He is so good with the puck, but he just actually threw that one wide. I thought that maybe Varley had gotten his skate on it, but and when you're a goal scorer, Mike, and you're not scoring goals, those ones are frustrating because he's done that 100 times.
He's right up there among the players in the league with great hockey hands.
Oh, how many times have we seen him do something where you and I are just kind of look at each other and go, just a flat wow, what a great play.
As you said, just 5 goals this season for the Dallas Stars. Lettinen steers the puck to the corner. Daly flicks it free for Garbutt to take. Bounce pass out to center ice. Hit the linesman. Bounce for the Avalanche, but then the Dallas Stars got it back. Moving across. David Schlemko. And the puck tipped into the Colorado end from behind the net. Get it. Chased down in the corner. The puck poked free. Garbutt circles the net. Pass broken up. Getting in, and then Mitchell got in the way. Centering try. It was stolen away by Tyson Barrie. Lifted to center ice. Kicked down. And picked up. Here's a chance. Glove save made by Lettinen, robbing Max Talbot.
Oh, Talbot, who is on left wing, Mike, we talked about the fact he'd been so versatile for the Avalanche, and he just, a bouncing puck, no one could really find it. Talbot tracks it down, and all of a sudden the Avalanche get their best, that's their best chance of this game, and Lettinen came up huge.
Thought Lettinen, Peter, in the first period made one really good save when it was tipped down. He stuck out his right leg to make a save, but that one, boy, what a terrific save it was for Lettinen, robbing Talbot, keeping us 2-0 for Dallas. Luxury has an address. Cooney Lexus invites you to see the full line of Lexus all-weather drive sedans and luxury utility vehicles for 2014. Available at Cooney Lexus of Greenwood Village and Colorado Springs. Chase back into the Av zone. Varlamov plays the puck, pushed around the boards, and punched to center and down into the Dallas end. Lettinen threw it off the boards. Renowitz got to it. Bounces back into the corner. We talked about Lettinen, and now he's not afraid to handle the puck. Shot by Johnson off the chest of Lettinen. He threw it to the corner. Landeskog had it. And the bounce comes out to center ice. Johnson for the Avalanche with possession. Backing up into his own zone. One pass at center ice. Flick to the line. Comes across the neutral zone. Hemsky for Dallas. Oligoski makes the pass through the middle. Waved in from center by Spezza. And Hemsky gets everyone to the puck. Poked away from him. Shot by Spezza. Knocked down by Hemsky. Bounced it back to the point. But it's skipped by Ben. And it's a race to the puck. Lettinen came way out of the net. And he shoots it over everybody's head. That's going to result in an icing call. Well, better be safe than sorry.
Yeah. And Mike, you know, we haven't talked about it yet, but Lettinen is one of those seemingly prototypical goaltenders. Now, he is a big man. I mean, 6'3", 225, and he's one of those guys that from where you're sitting, you're looking down, he doesn't look as tall. As I'm looking straight across, the bar is right in the middle of his back. The crossbar is right in the middle of his back.
Well, he's had a good season for this Dallas Stars team. 17-8-7, first time against the Avalanche. What's funny, Peter, you talk about how big Lettinen is. He's not even the biggest goaltender though on the team.
No, I was just going to say.
Lindback is 6'6".
He's a small forward.
Yeah. Stars have the puck. Spezza shoots, and it went off the left arm of goaltender Semyon Varlamov. That was a tougher save, and maybe than it looked. Pass back to the point for Daly. Tapped into the corner. Shot by Sivior, picked off. Avs moving out to center. Good combination of Tanguay and Iginla, but offside Colorado.
Now for the Avalanche, they know that the Dallas Stars, this is their period. They lead the league in second period goals with 56. Like, and that's in 40 games. That is a monster number. And you know, what does that reflect? A lot of times there's little adjustments made. So you got to credit the coaching staff with maybe seeing a little something, changing lines when they can. One thing where Dallas has really shot themselves in the foot, much like the Avalanche, is they haven't been good at home. They've been better on the road. One of the few clubs that's actually a better record on the road.
9-7-2 road games. And at home 9-8-5. Shot by Sivior, gets stopped by Varlamov. Daly dropped it, shot to the front of the net, blocked. Bounced by Moen. And pick it off, Barry with the puck around. Talbot collides. The puck to the corner. Sivior got a goal in this game. Stripped away by Mitchell. For Talbot, got McKinnon with him. Poke check though. Kept in by Dallas. The puck bounced out to center ice. Moen trying to push the puck over the line. He did. But Barry gets possession back for the Avalanche. Hustling out to center ice. Flitters the puck to the corner. Good hit by Mitchell. With the puck chased down. Klingberg makes the pass. Getting the puck out of the zone. Then across the ice for Ritchie. Scored the first goal of the game. His shot blocked by Johnson. Allows Talbot to move it ahead. McKinnon sprints in. Pulls up and waits. He turns, he shoots. And Lettinen had a look at it. Makes the glove save. And we'll be back. A lot of youngsters here. The only afternoon game of the season. Some of them awake, some none. It's 2-0 in favor of the Avalanche. There's the start. All right, let's see today's Coors Light Cold Hard Facts. And I think most people who follow hockey, Peter, will tell you the Central Division is the toughest division to play in.
And statistically, that's, you know, it shows you right there. That's the average of all 7 clubs in the Central Division have 49 points. But like the real key is the final little stat there. Every club in the division, it's the only division where everybody's over or 40 points or more in the standings. So night after night, inside of these Central Division, when you're playing teams, they're good teams.
Puck wound around the board, slowed up by Lettinen. Going to push the puck to the corner. Cleese for the Avalanche. Pushed it along. McLeod roughing up with Jordy Benn. Then Cleese jumped in. Back behind the net. On this line, a little energy going right now. McLeod. Briere has the puck. Cuts out in front. Scooped away though by the Stars. Meanwhile, the net was pushed off the moorings, and we got a stop in the action as we look at the Central Division itself.
And you know, for fans, we just want to point out again, because it is only the second year it's been in effect. the new playoff system where the first 3 clubs in each division, there are now just 4 divisions in hockey, 2 in the East and 2 in the West. The first 3 guaranteed to make the playoffs. And Mike, I really believe that's where the rivalries are going to start to show up over 4, 5, 6 years in the National Hockey League. Right now it would be Nashville versus Winnipeg, maybe, or LA. I'm not sure who's, where Nashville, I think Winnipeg is, yeah, so it would be Nashville, but Chicago, St. Louis again.
Oh,
I mean, that's,
they had some great series through the years.
Well, they just hate each other.
Landeskog shot, there's a chance, and a diving save made by Lettinen. He just robbed Matt Duchene. Johnson to the corner with the puck. It's going to come out of it. He shoots, he's gone! Maybe a tip, if not, Eric Johnson will get his 12th goal of the season. And the Avalanche have cut the lead in half. It's now a 2-1 game.
Mike, in case you're ever wondering who scored the goal, this little tradition of skating by the bench and giving a glove up to each guy, the guy that scored the goal is the guy that comes through first. But Duchene works hard down low. Good job by there. And then Johnson, Mike, now Eric Johnson in the first period was a -2. And in years past, a lot of times he would sit back and, worry about that. He wasn't sitting back. I mean, his play this year has been all about confidence.
Well, the Avalanche get their first goal after a couple of sensational saves from Lettinen. That didn't give up on it. They kept coming, and now they're rushing up the ice again. O'Reilly cutting wide. Taps hit a body. Comes back to O'Reilly. Feeds to the point for Holden. And his pass then comes out to center ice. Let's look at the Kia scoring summary. It is Eric Johnson. That backhander went through Landeskog and apparently didn't touch Landeskog. Who gets an assist along with Matt Duchene. And it's 2-1. Chance, save. Loose puck is covered by Lettinen. All of a sudden, a little time being spent in the Dallas zone by Colorado.
Let's go back to the goal. Matt Duchene's work down low in behind the net for the Avalanche. And you see him down there working hard. But here comes Johnson, Mike. And again, how many times have we talked about this? That defenseman showing up deep in the zone where so many defensemen, the more talented ones will go, seems to throw everything off. And Johnson is, he and Tyson Barrie both have really perfected it.
12 goals now scored by Eric Johnson. Avalanche looking for that tying goal, putting some pressure on Dallas. And out towards center ice. Avs now lead in shots, 15-14. Pass flung across by McKinnon, chipped in from center by Talbot. Goligoski hit, knocked down by Mitchell. Puck pushed around the boards, Barrie. Down the wall for McKinnon. He collides with Goligoski. Shot around the boards. Get it. Back to Mitchell. Score! The game is tied. It sure looked like it hit something on its way in, but the shot for the blue line by Mitchell. Nonetheless, this one is tied up at 2.
And Mike, this is all about hard work and forechecking. What a play by Mitchell. Here's the first hit. Bang! He knocks down the defenseman, and the Avalanche follow through. Now watch Talbot as he goes in around the net. Puck comes in around. Down goes Goligoski again. Bow! Down goes the defenseman. And all of a sudden the Avalanche has the defenseman off their feet trying to scramble back. And Mitchell doing a nice job on support in the back line. Mike, the Avalanche just like that. They get a couple of quick goals, one by a defenseman, one from a hard-working line. Did that line put in a good shift? McKinnon, Mitchell, and Talbot.
That's 2 goals in 1 minute and 25 seconds to completely change the feeling of this game. Now we're knotted up at 2. Brand new game here in the second period.
This is what we talked about with these games with Dallas, Mike. There'll be goals.
John Mitchell. And number 5, Kevin.
Lifted to center, back into the Dallas end. Icing called on Colorado. And I think you go back, Peter. I'll go back a little bit further than these 2 goals. That penalty kill at the start of this period, big for the Avalanche.
Yeah,
instead of being down 3-0, kill that, and now all right, we get the next one, we're right back in it.
And, you know, Mike, you're absolutely right. And when you look at it, the idea in the first period, it was Dallas killing off two penalties that had a big effect on that period. And now the Avalanche killing off, and the momentum swings towards them.
After we've had 10 consecutive penalty kills, big one in the early part of the second period, allow them to score a couple of goals and tie up the game at 2. And off to Seguin. Shot comes wide of the net. Look back towards Jamie Benn. Turns and shoots. Missed the net. Back behind by Briere. Slapped around by Holden. Bouncing puck. Corralled and kept in by the Stars. High in the slot. Down low. Blocked by Stewart. Picked up by Benn. He shoots. And Varlamov somehow found that through a lot of bodies and made the save.
Mike, but his body language will tell you he didn't know where it was. He goes down. When he goes down, he thinks he has it, and then he can't feel it. Watch Semyon Varlamov right here. Watch him go down. Puck comes through, and then he pops. He's not sure. Where exactly is it? Is it under my pads? Where is that puck? And a big save through a lot of bodies. And Mike, that's what we're seeing now in the NHL. Tons of people in front of the net. Like 3-4 guys from each team, right in front of the goalie.
Shot through some traffic. That one again covered by Varlamov. Again, the same situation we just saw. Shot, long a shot, going through a lot of bodies. Varlamov making the save.
It sort of has the same reaction, Mike. I'm not sure. The defensemen have all commented on Semyon Varlamov, like, and how he works in behind him. They'll see him. He works as hard to find the puck as any goalie in the league. He's up, he's down, he's everywhere to try and find that puck.
Yeah, watch his head. It's always moving. Avalanche break out the center. Pass towards Tanguay. He'll have to chase it. Over skates the puck. O'Reilly controls. Flipped in. 2-2 game. 10 minutes to go. So we're halfway through our second period. We're tied. Shot by Iginla. Gets tipped high off the glass. Stays in play. Tanguay makes a hit in the corner. Pass comes up ice for Ales Hemsky. Trying to break away from Iginla, who knocked him down. Nice and buried to center ice. Over the line with the puck. Coming wide, he shoots. Knocked down and then covered by Kari Lehtinen. Oh, a terrific period for the Avs. It began with an early penalty kill and then goals from Erik Johnson and Max Talbot. 2-2.
And you see now Erik Johnson, the top all defense in the National Hockey League. You look at Burns, maybe not so much Ekman Larkin, but certainly Weber and Giordano, Mike, they're all being talked about for the Norris, that group. And at some point, if he keeps doing this, Erik Johnson, people are going to start noticing just how well he is playing. I think he has to me, has a real shot at making the All-Star team. I think his season has been that good for the Avalanche.
With the puck. Picked up by Duchesne. Cuts in, stripped away. Looked out the center. And look at the scoring summary. Mitchell and Gennon with the assists. Currently, Max Talbot is being credited with the second goal of the game for the Avalanche.
Well, in the last game, Mike, Colorado Avalanche had 2 goals, 4 assists from defensemen in that 5-2 win. Tonight, they've got a goal and also an assist. Now, Nate Gennon gets back-to-back games with an assist, so a lot of support from the guys back in the blue line.
Avs control the puck. They've had a terrific period. Shots are now even at 17. Goals even at 2. The Avs have the puck in the Dallas zone. Rendulic trying to center. Block. Hold up the board. Shot. Glove. Save made by Lehtinen.
Let's have a little look, Mike, at some of these Erik Johnson goals. And the thing that you like about it, Mike, or at least I've enjoyed, is the fact that these are all good reads by Johnson, good shots. There's nothing gimmicky. He hasn't been sort of plunked in the power play, right down in front, tipped in 3 or 4. These are plays he's read the play, adjusted, he's banged his stick, he's wanted the puck, he's been aggressive down low, and that was on this goal that he scored in this period. All about being aggressive down low and driving to the net.
Stars mowing to center. Shot ahead into the Colorado end. Behind the net. The circle. Backhander. Save made. Rebound shot comes wide. Walk around the boards. Then holds it in for Dallas. Back towards the point for Jordie Benn. Puts it towards the corner. Flag down. Back up the wall. Carried to center by Talbot. Got it free. McKinnon breaking in. Missed high. Going to be a penalty on the... Nope. The arm went up for the referee, and Varlamov started to move up ice. In fact, he's between the circles. I thought he thought the same thing I did, that there was going to be a penalty.
Mike, what I believe happened was a high stick. The referee had his hand up, indicating if the team that had high stick the puck initially had touched it again, he would have blown the whistle. But you're right,
Varlamov was moving.
He was on his way.
Hemsky shoots and misses. Pass comes to McGinley. Over the line for O'Reilly, batted away at the center. Pass comes through. And good defensive play by Ginnon. Took the puck away. Hemsky got it back. Leads to the point. Slid across. Shot. Save made by Varlamov. We're starting to see Varlamov finding his game here in the second period.
Yeah, you know, we were stunned, I'm sure. He must have been stunned. 2 of the first 3 shots he faced went in.
He has been solid since then. Klingberg back to the puck. 7:10 left to go in the second. 2-2. Jordy Benn's pass for Seguin. Hooked the puck to the corner. Flipped it behind the net for Ben. Back towards the point. No room to shoot. Shot around by Klingberg behind the Avalanche net. Hooked it in the air and out. Dallas wants the penalty.
Well, they got one.
And the Avalanche are going to be shorthanded. Visit your Colorado Kia dealers today to discover Kia's full lineup of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. Go to ColoradoKiaDealers.com to learn more.
Right, the reason this particular call is being made around the National Hockey League, a few years ago, it was like an epidemic. You know, when a team was being pressured, the defenseman would just shoot it into the crowd. Well, one, you know, it did stop the play, but it was dangerous. They were firing rockets into the crowd. Now, even when it's an accident like that, they decided to make that call in the defensive zone.
Number 6.
Two teams going in opposite directions here. The Avalanche are killing penalties. They have killed 10 in a row. The Dallas Stars, though, 0 for 9 in their last 9 power play opportunities. And a key penalty kill early in this period allowed the Avs to come back and tie this game. But Dallas is on the power play because of that delay of game penalty called on Colorado. Seguin to the corner with a pass. Spezza. Daly dancing along the blue line, trying to get a little room. Far side circle pass. Ben to the point. Spezza. Pass. Comes wide. Ben throws it across for Seguin to take. Back towards Ben and hopped away from him. Slugged around and out. Ryan Holman. Half the penalty done. Over the line. Poke checked away. Fouled up. Shot. Blocked. And carried up ice by Cleese. He shoots it in towards Lettman. Drops it. And leaves it there for Goligoski. 45 seconds left to go in the Erik Johnson penalty. Long pass. Broken up by McLeod. He gets hit hard. And the puck underneath the body. And then McLeod did not appreciate that hit.
Well, Mike, this was bound to happen at some time. Number 4 and number 5 in penalty minutes in the National Hockey League this year collide. And look at Roussel. That's what? Who? Me?
And Cody McLeod is the one who's going to get a penalty, Peter.
I was trying to hide, so I didn't see it.
They said he was angry after the hit and retaliated. And now there's a 5-on-3 for 33 seconds.
Well, Mike, what did our good friend Joe Quenneville always tell us? You don't score in a 5-on-3, you're not going to win the game. That's You see right now, Cody McLeod.
And I want to clarify,
89
Peter,
punches.
I thought maybe he was retaliating after that hit. They're actually calling for putting his hand on top of the puck. So that's the official call on McLeod. Hand on the puck at 14:39. And here's your key moment here in this second period, which has had several big moments. And another one.
I had shortchanged Cody by a couple of minutes. He's now actually second in the league. But how about old friend Steve Downing? 51 minutes, I believe, ahead of everybody else in the league.
So 5-on-3. The Avalanche go with O'Reilly, Stewart, and Hayda. But the Stars win the faceoff.
Avalanche penalty. Number 55.
33 seconds worth of 5-on-3 hockey for Dallas.
Covering the puck with
Daly.
your hand.
Avs trying to keep him on the outside.
20 minutes, 39
They do.
seconds.
Pass in front. Blocked, picked up by Daly. Pass in the high slot, down low. Blocked, picked up by Sagan. Time running out. 10 seconds left in this 5-on-3. Avs not allowed a shot. And the puck's still on the outside. Spezza ditches off. Sagan walks in. He shoots. And the Avs will take that one and hit. And then bounced out of play. And that ends the 33 seconds of 5-on-3. They only got one shot. That came right at the end.
Now the Avalanche, this group. I'll tell you, Mike, we all know how hard Jan Hayda works, Mike, inside of a game. But the more you see Brad Stewart and how he plays, Mike, he is just so tough down low. He plays it so hard. One, he'll hit you every time you get a chance, but he plays in front of the net with such, I mean, he is just fierce down there.
Daly holds the puck in at the point. With pressure on him, he spins away from Talbot. Saucer back towards Trevor Daly. Cross in the slot. Back to the high slot. Daly fakes the shot. Sagan will shoot it. He misses. Ben around with the puck. This Dallas Stars team 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. Pass in the slot. Shot by Daly. Missed. Chance. Save by Varlamov. Another chance. Another save by Varlamov.
Avalanche working hard in front, but Mike, watch number 24, Ritchie, for the Dallas Stars. I mean, 25, pardon me, Ritchie standing in front. He's a big man, and he is going to be an interesting guy to watch for these Dallas Stars because he takes up a lot of room, and he is just not afraid to go where he needs to. And you got to do a lot to knock him down.
54 seconds left in the McLeod penalty. Closing the hand on the puck with the call. Poked down the ice by Tanguay. This Dallas Stars team. 0 for the last 10 on the power play, but for the Avalanche, penalty killing continues to be a big part. 11 in a row, covered by Varlamov right at the post. Don't miss Michael Mann's Black Hat, starring Chris Hemsworth. It'll be in theaters starting on January 16th. McLeod still with 37 seconds to serve in his penalty. And the Stars got to regroup back in their own zone. 30 seconds left. Pass comes across the Dallas zone. Spezza carries into the Avalanche end. Pass across. O'Reilly, what a defensive play. He's got Tanguay with him. Another takeaway for O'Reilly. Done around the boards. Avalanche will get to the puck. 5 seconds left to go. And the penalty killing, big part for the Avalanche here in the second period. Carried in over the line. Shot by Spezza, tipped by Hayda, sends the puck high and out of play. So they have 3 for 3 killing penalties in the second period. And this game is tied at 2. These lucky fans upgraded from the Ram Trucks fan zone to lower bowl seats courtesy of Ram Trucks. Purchase tickets in section 362 for your chance to win and upgrade to the official truck of your Colorado Avalanche.
Like one of the most fascinating moves of a player from one city to the next was Jason Spezza. Just a tremendous hockey player. I mean, he is so talented. But you go from Ottawa, where hockey, Mike, we've been up there, it's crazy. It's hockey crazy, all the cities in Canada. Down to Dallas, Mike, where they're just talking to the players and, you know, the media guys. It's a football Sunday. I mean, and the Cowboys aren't even playing. They said, no, but, you know, it's going to be not only your diehard Stars fans will be watching the game today. And the whole atmosphere around hockey is different.
Fouled up, backhanded, save made by Lettinen. And a penalty coming up on the Dallas Stars. So the Avalanche now get a chance to go on the power play.
Well, we think he scored it, but Mitchell at least got an assist on that second goal. Now he helps draw a penalty on this shift with a little bit of a different look on this line. Briere was on the line. Comes through. Again, a nice save by Lettinen. Yeah, Mike, for the first time, now those two penalty kills, the 5-on-3 especially, got this crowd into it now. At 2 of the Avalanche there, you can feel it in this building.
Third power play chance of the game for Colorado.
Number 33, Alex Goligoski.
To the point, held in by Johnson. Shot missed. McKinnon takes the puck. Pass to Johnson. Duchesne back to Johnson. And moving the puck. Shot by Duchesne. Save made by Lettinen.
You can just, you know, I had an opportunity to talk with Matt Duchesne yesterday, and you know, you can just feel the frustration. This is a young man who really cares about this team and what he does, and he's now gone 12 good games without a goal, and it's just eating him up. And he may well be the key to the Avalanche making the playoffs. If he can have the kind of second half that we all know he can have, what a boom that would be for the offense.
Played by Duchesne to the point for Holden. Back down the boards. Landeskog. Half boards for Duchesne. Back to Holden at the point. Saucers it across for Duchesne to take. Landeskog moves up the boards. Back to Holden. Far side one-timer. And the puck tipped wide. McKinnon with the puck. Steal made by Jamie Benn. Shoots it down the ice. Stars will change up. Avs doing the same. Johnson coming out to center. Lost the puck. Broken up at the line. Shot back the other way by Dallas. Varlamov will let it go into the corner for Barry to get to. .40 seconds to go in the Goligoski penalty. Well, 16:58. Lettinen trying to feed it out himself, and he does. Varlamov sets it. And Tyson Barrie back to get it. Tanguay, Iginla, and O'Reilly. Along with Barrie and Holden on this power play. Behind the net, Lettinen fires it high around the glass on a bounce. Barrie had it for a moment, comes free. Carried ahead by Eakin. Pushed to the corner by Holden. And Barrie pushes the puck along the wall. Garvin into the corner with the puck. Penalty is over. Goligoski's on the out of the box. And the Avalanche have possession back in the final minute of the period. Pass up ice for O'Reilly. Broken up by Hemsky. Flipped it. Barrett in. On the wing. It comes Spezza. Cuts in. He shoots. Blocked. Boy, the Avs got right in front of that one. Goligoski keeps the puck alive for Dallas. Spezza sends it across. Klingberg across the red line into the Avs zone. Shoots wide of the net. Spins up the wing. Hemsky have it. Bounce free along to the half board. Spezza lost it to O'Reilly. There's a quick pass. Holden. McKinnon slammed his stick on the ice. He wanted the pass. Steal made by Talbot. All alone in front. McKinnon. There's seconds to go. The referee signals goal. And across the line. And McKinnon has put the Avs ahead in the final 10 seconds of the period at 3-2 Colorado.
Like a last minute part of this minute. They just caught the puck up. Oh my goodness. Nice read by Talbot, but those are just the kind of plays that you just can't make. Talbot reads it, And now does this go in for sure?
Yes, it did, Peter.
Are you sure, Michael?
Yes.
Instead of peeky.
There obviously will be a review.
The referee was standing right there. He thought it went in.
But Mike, I'm telling you that it was it last year Lettinen made that save where he kicked it like out of midair with his left foot on Mitchell.
Here's the replay, Peter.
Here's the replay. The puck comes through.
Oh, couldn't see from there. Could you, Peter?
No. Now here's the one. Here's the one. I thought this was going to tell you one way or the other, but watch.
Well,
now it's the key here for all of us is
right here. That's over the line, Peter.
Is it over the line, or just is that just this look from this angle? I mean, I think it's in.
That's over the line.
I just
it turned on it. The fortunate part for the Avalanche there, it turned on its edge.
But what Mike, I'm saying is, was it up in the air a little bit and made it look like it was over the white? You know what I mean? But now the key becomes the fact that the referee said yes. Because Mike, I can't tell from any of these angles for apps. This one doesn't tell us anything really. Because all of a sudden it's right there. You see, Mike, what I'm saying? You can get down as close as you want, and never saw any complete white.
Well, Toronto, this is, boy, you talk about a big goal.
Oh my gosh, Mike, you talk about our first goal, like there, right? It looks like it's in for sure, right?
But you think it's up in the air.
But could it be up in the air a little bit? And that's what makes it look. Because for that one, if they're using that one, then the Avalanche, it's going to be a goal.
Still being reviewed.
Because, Mike, as we said, we talked about this, the standings and this and that. These single points, they don't just affect the Avalanche and the Dallas Stars. They affect, you look at the teams ahead of them, Winnipeg. You're talking about LA, Calgary certainly, Minnesota. They affect everybody that's trying to get into that playoff picture.
All right, referee Gord Dwyer getting the word.
But did you see one that absolutely, Mike told you the puck wasn't in? I didn't. I just saw ones that were all cut in.
I guess, Peter, the thing that you said was the puck up in the air when we looked at it, because it looked like that one, when it turned on its side, it looked like it was in, unless it was just an optical illusion that it was up in the air.
And then we saw some white a little bit, behind it, because. But the idea, Mike, again, is that the referee said yes, it was a goal, and I did not see, from my untrained and ridiculous eye.
Boy, this is taking a long time, Peter.
Yeah.
This was not clear cut, apparently, from Toronto's view, that it was an easy decision to make, or a quick decision to make.
And
there, see, the puck is up in the air.
That's the one that is it in the air, though? You see, because it does come down, Mike, after that.
All right, well, let's find out from referee Gord Dwyer. Here's the announcement.
Upon further video review, the play is inconclusive, therefore the call on the ice stands. Good goal.
It counts, and the Avalanche lead it 3-2. So that was all about the referee making that call there.
Woo! What a dramatic change in this period. And again, they're showing it up, on the Pepsi Vision right now. And if you're Dallas, all you can say is that, okay, they took their time. They didn't make a hasty decision on that.
And they didn't make a decision, Peter.
Yeah, exactly.
And so the Avalanche, well, what a period that was. The Avalanche killed 3 penalties, including 33 seconds of 5-on-3, and they scored 3 goals in the period.
And Lettinen's talking to the referee right now that made the call.
Well, it is official now. The Avalanche have a 3-2 lead to take to the third period. Stay tuned. Coming up on Altitude, it'll be the Subaru Intermission Report. Colorado
Colorado Avalanche Hockey on Altitude is brought to you by Groove Subaru on Broadway or online at grooveauto.com. Pepsi, proud to be the official soft drink of the Colorado Avalanche. Black Cat, starring Chris Hemsworth, in theaters January 16th. And by the Ford Explorer. It's time you did your exploring. Ford Explorer, go further. What a period of hockey for the Avalanche. They lead it 3-2 in the most important game of the season for them, and they have come through in the second period. As we take a look at our Lexus on the ice, Peter, and look back at that second period for the Avalanche.
What a period it really was, and as he's done all season long, Erik Johnson gives the Avalanche a real lift in that second period. He got that first goal, and now Mitchell has been officially accredited to Mitchell. He gets the goal, good, but it was good work down low by this line. And then, Mike, a real key moment in this game. 5-on-3. They had one shot. They kind of ting one off the crossbar, but they did not score in the 5-on-3. And then, boom! All of a sudden, McKinnon's goal is in, and Colorado Avalanche trailing 2-0. Come out of that period up 3-2. And, Mike, that was a very impressive second period for the Colorado Avalanche.
Now we go to the third. If Colorado scores in the third period, you score with Subway. Visit your local Subway restaurant tomorrow for any regular 6-inch sub for just $3 after 3 o'clock.
Yeah, the girls were eating yesterday.
Finally got a meal.
Finally got a meal. Peanut butter and jam, nope. We're going to Subway.
Redulitz handoff goes to Duchesne. Shoots back behind the Dallas net, turns and shoots. It's goal! Matt Duchesne goes top right-hand corner. And the Avs have a 2-goal advantage just 12 seconds into the period.
That may have been the worst celebration Matt has ever done on a goal. You got to watch the end of this. What a great play. He comes around. Now Duchesne has an assist. Now he has a goal. Great shot. But as it finished up, Mike, as he's skating up the ice, comes through, goes around. Nice move. Quickly turns, fires the top shelf. And then as he's going up the ice, Mike, boom. Just a distance.
Yeah, all the kids will be doing it youth hockey tomorrow.
He'll be telling you he did it on purpose. You know, it was his new move.
Well, all of a sudden it's 4-2.
12 seconds of the third period. Duchesne.
Well, the Avs scored. You win with Subway. Go to your local Subway restaurant tomorrow for any regular 6-inch sub for $3 after 3. Matt Duchesne with his 11th goal of the season. Played around the wall for McKinnon. He gets bumped. Benson under center. Pot 3 back behind the net. Second center shot. Save made by Varlamov. The rebound comes up the ice for Talbot. Arbit runs into Mitchell. Jordy Ben skating in, coming wide. Threw it to the net. Glove save made by Varlamov.
Well, Matt Duchesne, again, we talked about just, this is a guy that cares as much about this club and, just wants to be a guy that you can count on. And that was just such a big goal in this game. They come off the high of getting the goal, let's face it, that was a break that went the Avalanche way. The referee, let's remember, on McKinnon's goal, had said no goal. It came back inconclusive. There would have been no goal. So it was, as you said, Mike, it was the referee's call that made it a goal. And then they bounced right back, and Duchesne, who we mentioned, had not had a goal in 12 games. It was squeezing the stick, all of those things. Comes up with a big one here in this period.
And what is it about quick goals for the Avalanche, Peter? Let's go back to Columbus. 30 seconds into the game, McGinley scores. The next game against Chicago, 53 seconds into the game, McKinnon scores. Last game against Ottawa, 23 seconds into the period, McGinley scores. But we now have the fastest goal to start a period, just 12 seconds into this game. So, I mean, that's 4 consecutive games in which they have scored a goal 30 seconds or less to start a period. That's remarkable. Johnson to the point. Shot by Hayden misses. Well, if you're Dallas, you just want to, what happened? We had a 2-0 lead.
And they're playing
Charge
well.
of this game.
You know, they're not making any mistakes, and then all of a sudden they turn the puck over a couple of times. The Avalanche worked really hard to get some goals.
Duchesne spins again. He shoots. Stopped by Letnin. The puck popped on top of the net. Chops that. And it comes wide. Stars have got it. Go for the Avalanche. Boy, they're feeling good right now. Up 4-2. Hemsky takes a wallop of a hit from Holman. And maneuver to center. Mitchell puts the brakes on. And it's hooked in from center by Holman.
Oh, Mike, they're going right now. What they didn't have in the first period, they got right now.
Buried by Spezza, trailed by Hemsky. The drop, Hemsky scores! And it's 4-3. Well, you promised we were going to see goals today, Peter. We have been seeing goals.
This is right around the average of goals. But, Mike, this is a tough one for the Avalanche. The defenseman coming off, they kind of caught the next group. You know, just trying to come back on this. Watch, coming up ice now. You're going to see the Avalanche defensemen are scrambling to get back sort of in position. And Spezza, who is so good. And the thing about Spezza, Mike, he controls the puck. When you watch him skate, he doesn't look that big because he's got sort of a very low stance when he strides. But he's 6'3", 220, and he drives into you. And Hemsky, who missed a goal in that second period. Now we're right back within 1 goal. And, you know, Mike, you knew it was going to be like this, and you knew it was going to be an intense, close game.
Dallas goal scored by number 83.
Now 4-3. A couple of teams can certainly score.
Number 10, Sean Horvath.
We've seen 7 goals already in this one. Cloud shoots towards Letnin, steered wide of the net. Bone had the puck, comes free. Chipped down the ice. Sevier can't catch up to it for the Stars. Getty took a hit, delivered the puck. And Fleet wound it around the wall. Stars keep it in play. Eakin slides it back to Demers. Back to Eakin. He turns and shoots off the leg of Kennett. Bounce back to the point. Barry for the Avalanche. Lifts it out of the zone. And the puck rolling on its edge wide. Letnin, they've waved off the icing. 4-3 hockey game. Couple of goals in the early part of this third period. I thought maybe, Peter, we would see after start of this third that we saw 16 shots by Dallas. Oh, here's a chance. Seguin shoots. What a save by Varlamov. That was remarkable. It looked like he had been faked out. Here's a 2-on-1 the other way. Tanguay off of Letnin. Both goaltenders making great saves. Well, this game's got a little everything, doesn't it, Peter?
This is hockey, Mike. This is, give me some goals, and everyone's into it. Everything, you know. Sometimes a goaltending battle, you love it. The game in Chicago 2-0 when Varlamov was so good. But this is, both teams are, I mean, just flying up the ice. There's the Avalanche, and if there's something like.
Oh,
got a 1-goal lead. Wasn't that a nice save?
There. That was beautiful save.
The old Forsberg. And then the other way. Now, Tanguay, you know what he likes to do. He likes to pass the puck. But the defenseman played it well in the sense of if he wanted to force Tanguay to take the shot, he did a nice job.
I thought, Peter, at the start of this third period, I was saying after we saw 16 shots taken by Dallas, 15 for the Avs. Delayed penalty, by the way, on Colorado. I thought maybe we'd see the coaches really tighten things up, but we've had a couple of goals early. Shot by Horkoff, save made by Varlamov, and Dallas is about to go on the power play for the 4th time in this game.
And this is one of those ones, Mike, it's going to be a high stick. And, you know, the stick just ramps up.
Colorado penalty 92, 2 minutes high stick.
You know, you're just coming back to try to get your stick. Right here, just comes up, Mike, boom. And Hemsky skates right into it. You're trying to put your stick in the passing lane and you just get a little unlucky.
Avalanche penalty killing has been superb in this game. 3 for 3. Including a 33-second span when it was 5-on-3 skating advantage for Dallas. Trailers Spezza. Makes the pass over the line. Bounce down low for Spezza. Squeezed into the boards by Hayda. And the puck flicked behind the net. O'Reilly reverses. Got away from Ritchie. Knocked down, though. Play by Ben. Daly. Back towards Jamie Benn. Side of the net for Tyler Seguin. Well, Seguin and Ben have not scored goals this season against the Avs. Tipped wide of the net. Again, trying to clear. He was bouncing off the glass, and here's a chance for O'Reilly. Poke checked away from him. Followed up by Tanguay, and Tanguay, what a move. He shoots and misses.
1 minute left to go.
In the penalty on Landeskog.
That didn't look like much by Tanguay. You wouldn't believe what he did. I mean, it was, he one hand flicked it up over the player.
Roussel to Horkoff, back to the point. Shot through traffic, missed. Down the boards, Goligoski ties up with Talbot. Pile of players along the boards. Roussel down the wall, and the puck lifted out by Stewart. 30 seconds to go. And Dallas still has not gotten a shot on net on this power play. The penalty killing has been absolutely fantastic for the Avalanche. Hemsky skates in over the line, cuts across. Nice move. He shoots and missed the net. Rattles around to the near side for Demers. Pass goes back across for Hemsky. Demers. Goligoski one-timer. Save. Hemsky circling behind the net. Trying to wrap around. That was blocked by Stewart. Stewart still on top of the puck. Trying to close the legs on the puck. It comes free. Got back around. Penalty is over. And the pass back to the point. Picked off. Pushed down the boards for Landeskog. He's going to power his way to the front of the net. He does, but he's stopped. Pass behind from Landeskog. Got Duchesne in front. Well, the Avs kill another penalty. Just one shot during that last power play opportunity for Dallas. That's been a big story in this game. Back for McKinnon. Pass. Duchesne on the center. Taken away and flipped down the ice. Marvin trying to get wide on Johnson. Shoots, hit the referee. Dallas with the puck. Pushed up the wall. Landeskog lost it. Shot. Missed by Cody Eakins. Back to the point. Shot. Glove. Save made by Varlamov. Well, what a period of hockey we're having here in the third. It's 4-3 for the Avs. Let's answer today's Did You Know question, brought to you by Stevenson Automotive. On this day, 1960, who became the second goaltender behind Jacques Plante to wear a face mask? And, well, the answer, Peter, Don Simmons.
Yeah, it was about 2.5 months after Jacques Plante had put his mask on, and Don Simmons wore his mask all the way through. Of course, the evolution of the mask, you know, has been fun to watch. And one of the answers we had was Jerry Cheevers, and I remember that mask that he had.
Well, Simmons had a very famous look on his mask because it was his nickname. You remember, Peter? He was the Cobra. He had that up on the face of his mask. For the point, shot, blocker save made by Varlamov. Pass down the slot. Shot where Ben slides into the crease and covered by Varlamov. Well, the Dallas Stars putting a little pressure on.
Right, we've got about 12 minutes to go. New Avalanche record for most saves in a 3-game span for Semyon Varlamov. Against Dallas now at 33. Of course, he faced 54 and then saved 36 the next game to get to 90. So
it's at 30 saves already tonight.
Exactly.
Stars have had 9 shots in this period. Yeah, stopping them on their power play. Spezza rolls the puck to the corner. Spezza lost the puck. Shot ahead back into the Dallas end. Pass right up through the middle. Holden read it. Makes the interception. Gives the puck to Duchesne. Dumps it to the corner. Fights off a man, still with the puck. pass back towards the point for Holden. He shoots, and a save made by Letton, who falls backwards as he makes the save.
Obviously some action right in front of Letton, and is it Duchesne that gets tied up and help knock him down? He and Daly come across, and Letton, what a nice job, Mike, to stay concentrating on that puck. Because he
got his skate.
Yeah, he was going down, and he stayed square enough to make the save.
So Duchesne, who scored just 12 seconds into this period, was 11th of the season. If you combine that, Peter, with the McKinnon goal at the end of the second period, that's the fastest 2 goals scored by the Avs, just 21 seconds apart. 11 minutes left to go in the third period. 4-3 game. Avs up by a goal. Johnson, Mitchell, McKinnon, Duchesne for Colorado. Ritchie, Sivior, and Hemsky scored for Dallas. Puck driven to the corner, and Dallas is called for icing.
For Coach Waugh, Mike, situation, the fourth line does a nice job. This is, again, something that fourth line gets out there, they run around, they get a couple of hits, they draw an icing, and now you get to, on a tired group, get to throw Mitchell's line out there with McKinnon and Talbot.
As win the faceoff. McKinnon back to the point for Barry. Around for Mitchell. Lights off a check. Back to the point for Barry. To the corner for McKinnon. Good puck movement by the Avs. McKinnon spins. Lost the puck. Chipped it along into the near side wall. Talbot keeps the puck alive for the Avalanche. Handoff goes to Mitchell. Down the boards. Wow, what an effort here on this line for Colorado. They're still with the puck in the Dallas zone. McKinnon up high. Sends it behind the net for Talbot. He's got a couple of players in front. Goes back towards the point for Barry. Stolen from him by Roussel. Roussel cuts across. He dropped it. Mitchell, though, I don't know whether he called for it or not. He made the drop pass and Mitchell was there. Carried to center ice by Jordy Bed. Pass over the line. Brother Jamie sends the puck to the corner. Ritchie couldn't hold on to the puck. Rammed around the wall. Cut off by Jamie Benn. Ritchie behind the net. Johnson on him. Ritchie. Backhander out in front. Gets blocked. Played back to the point. Sent across. Works down the wall. Tanguay hanging on his man. Schlemko. Back across. Shot missed. There was an opportunity there for Seguin. They've been tipped. Pass goes to Seguin. Shot. Missed wide. Bounces into the corner. Seguin. Wedged off the puck by Haven. Pushed back for Tyler Seguin. Reverses center. And a nice pass save made by Varlamov. Back to the point. Thrown across by Jamie Benn. This time we're seeing the Dallas Stars do what the Mitchell line had just done. Keep the puck inside the opposing zone and work it around. Well, that's the end of that shift for that line. And the puck comes up high in the air out to center ice.
Michael, is that an impressive shift in hockey? I mean, moving the puck, getting the puck, finding the open guy. Right, as you said, right in the heels of a great shift for the Avalanche.
Shot back down by Colorado to the Dallas zone. Daly moves it around the wall. Spencer, rink-wide pass for Horkoff. Turns. Pass through the middle circle. Over the line, Daly. Offside, Dallas. And we'll be back. It's a 4-3 lead for the Avs in the third period. Well, into the second period, this was the period for the Avalanche. Down 2-0, Eric Johnson started the scoring for his 12th of the season, and then Mitchell found the back of the net. Then right at the end of the period, 9 seconds left. The goal was reviewed and the credit given to McKinnon. 3-2 Avs. And then just 12 seconds after the third period began, Matt Duchesne celebrates the goal. But then Hemsky comes in and rifles one into the back of the net to make it a one-goal game. 4-3 lead for the Avalanche. This game living up to what we had hoped it would be. Exciting goals, things scored, and the Avalanche leading the game by a score of 4-3. Man down the middle. Rendulic knocked it down with a high stick.
Well, Rendulic, Mike, Now he picked up an assist, so that's the first assist by a Croatian. But more importantly, Mike, you know, more and more you see him being assertive and being in situations where Coach Waugh is showing real confidence in him. You know, and that's what you want when you're a player. You don't want, as the game goes along, all of a sudden, well, you're not going to play the last 10 minutes of this game. You know, we don't trust you. Yes, they seem to trust him just fine.
Got by Barry around the shelf. Kick back behind the net. Ben for Moen. Lifts it up and over Barry. McKinnon swats it out to center ice. Delay offside on Dallas. 7:45 remaining in the third period. They get it. Ringhausen able to fire a pass ahead for Mitchell. Bounce to McKinnon. He shoots. And it deflects, comes around the glass. Back down for McKinnon. Shot comes across. Dallas has got it. Pass to center. Run by Moen. A hit from McKinnon. Barry picks up the puck. Back behind him for Gannon to take. Long pass off the boards. Taken on the fly by McKinnon. Pulls up. The puck trickles to the front of the net. Swept away by Lemon. Letting him keep it alive. Ahead, over the line, comes Ritchie in the slot. Shot! And safe rebound! Somehow Varlamov stopped that one. Back to the point. Shot by Dallas is blocked and then batted out. Is that a penalty?
Yes, it is. This
second time in this game, the Avs going to be called for delay of game for shooting the puck in their own zone over the glass and into the crowd.
Mike, and this is one of those ones, if you're Erik Johnson, who took the first one, I mean, this is impossible to do. You watch him, puck is in the air, and he smacks it right, you know, in midair. And look at the body language. Like, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
Well, if anything, though, the penalty killing Peter has been unbelievable today for the Avs. But now you're able to do it for the fifth time. Shot misses the net. And immediately cleared out by the Avalanche. Fifth power play chance for Dallas. Erik Johnson called for delay of game at 13:11. 0 for 4 in this game. The Stars. 0 for the last 12 on the power play. They have just not letting the Stars get into the zone and set up at all.
Everybody's doing a nice job for the Avalanche. The guys up front are forcing the play. The defensemen are not backing down at the blue line.
And that was the #1 power play unit just out for Dallas. Now the second unit is on the ice. Puck taken away, though, by Cleach. Comes over the line, puts the puck into the corner. Sent around for Alashevsky. Turned it back behind him. Mason Demers. He's scored 2 goals this season. Both have been game winners on the power play. Hemsky pulls up, forces the play to be offside on Dallas. For the Avalanche, back on the road to start a 5-game road trip that begins Monday nights against the Washington Capitals. Don't miss any of the exciting play. We'll start our coverage on Monday, 4:30, right here on Altitude.
And Mike, a very tough road trip. When you break it down, as Washington, they're playing great hockey right now. Then that goes back-to-backs. Carolina's not having a great year, but the back-to-back games is always tough, especially when you got to travel. Then it's Florida, who's playing well, Tampa Bay, who's playing really well, and then you got St. Louis, who's found their game. So 5 really big games.
Avs really doing a good job holding up the Dallas Stars. Dallas cannot get into the zone with any kind of flow.
And just, you know, anytime you're down here between the benches, you know, the last thing you're going to do is stare down at the other team, but you can feel the frustration as they're coming off the ice, Mike. You know, it's been there, a couple opportunities, and you know, if this score holds up the way it is right now, the situation, that's what they'll be looking at, the power plays and their lack of success.
Goligoski snaps it around, shot hard around the boards. Now it's trying to get the puck into the zone. Shot for the point, and blocked in front of the nets. Sagan holds the puck in for Dallas. Just 15 seconds to go in the penalty on Erik Johnson. High in the slot, Goligoski flips it across. Tyler Sagan turns and shoots, had it blocked. Tanguay took that one off. He He's hurting as he goes off the ice. Seguin skis his way in. Johnson out of the box. And that's the story tonight. No shots for the Dallas Stars on that power play. They're 0 for 5, and the Avs skilled 14 in a row. 14 penalty kills for Colorado in a consecutive fashion. 4:30 to go in the third period. Klingberg outfought for the puck by Landeskog.
Winning some good battles right now, the Avalanche.
Roussel moving in. On that off wing, puts the puck into the slot, knocked down to the point. Shot to a lot of bodies, goes wide and high. Roussel to the point. Kept in by Dallas, but it bounces back down for Landeskog. Leaves the puck to center ice. 4 minutes left to go in the third. Garvin up the boards. Egan passed through the middle zone. Pushed in by Horkoff. Tied up by Barry. Trying to fight through. Garvin has the puck for Dallas. Gave it away, but it bounces for the Stars. Horkoff behind the net. Centered and fanned on. There was a chance there for Dallas. Egan right in front of the net. Flipped to the center by Mitchell for McKinnon. Poke checked away from him. And coming back, Horkoff will get to it. 3:20 left to go. Got to the corner. Stewart bangs it up the wall. Tanguay clears the center ice. And it's brought in offside. And we'll be back. 3:09 left in the third period as lead by a goal.
Mike, very impressed with Brett Ritchie. He's got a goal in this game, but he's played well. But the thing we're going to have you watch Semyon Varlamov as he works to find the puck. This is a great up on his toes, and he's trying to find it. Ritchie, as we mentioned, 6'2", 6'3", 220 pounds. And here's the next time. Varley's had it now. He's just tired of this guy standing in front. But that's what Varley does. He works so hard to find it, up, down, around. Great look right there with Semyon Varlamov. Not a shot on goal, but how hard he works on each play.
Now Varlamov had to stay sharp. He's faced 37 shots in this game. Icing called on the ad. You know the Stars will be coming at him now. And Varlamov, well, he's been the key guy for the last 2 wins for the Avalanche.
Yeah, like 3 minutes to go. 3:01. Both teams like desperate need the points.
Goligoski behind him, overskated, and the puck pushed out to center, but Hemsky outraced Tanguay to the puck. And off goes to Daly behind the net. Pass up ice for Jason Spencer. Pass over the line. Horkoff back behind him. Back down the boards towards the corner. And the puck cut off by Stewart. Pass up the wall. Blocked. Flung out to center ice. Pushed ahead by Iginla. Taken away from him by Hemsky. Pass. Carried through the middle. Klingberg lost the puck to Hayden. Duchesne, a bite from Landeskog. Powers his way through one man. Walks in, he shoots, but a tip sends the puck out of play.
Now that's look at the strength of Landeskog. We talked about the guy we talked about a couple times, Ritchie, how big he is. Watch Landeskog just bull his way by. Much like the goal or the play that he made on the goal against Columbus. When he comes down that wall with that kind of speed and strength, he is so difficult to handle.
The Avs, Peter, have gone about 9 minutes without a shot, but they are playing such good defense. Penalty killing has been great, 5 for 5 in this game. And Dallas, you know, they're going to be going for it. 2 minutes left to go. We'll keep an eye now on Lettinen and see when Coach Lindy Ruff pulls him. Good hit by him. He just clobbered Ritchie. Big guy, too, Ritchie. We just talked about him, Peter, and Hayden smoked him along the boards. Lettinen still in the net. Minute and a half to go. Got in by Dallas.
Here he comes, Mike.
But icing called on Dallas. He's going to have to go back between the pipes.
At the end of every game, Mike, whether he gets a point or not, Jan Hayden it'll see 22 minutes and 38 seconds. There'll be 3 hits, 4 block shots. His defensive partner Johnson is having a career year. You know, just again, one of those unheralded guys that just, you know, the trainers will tell you can't hurt him. You just cannot hurt him. A lot of guys would have missed games, but he doesn't.
Dallas has possession. 1:20 left to go. Lettman on his way to the bench. He makes it. Extra skater out for the Stars. Avs have an empty net to shoot at. Eakin catches up to the puck. Stuck up by Gannon. Then moves the puck along the end boards. Runs into his old man, Ritchie. Seguin back to the point. Slid across. Shot by Jordy Ben. Blocked by Talbot. Kept in though by Dallas. We're in the last minute. Puck's still alive. It's under a pile of players. Avs happy to have that clock continue to run. Stewart doing his best to be on top of the puck. 40 seconds. This has been at least 10 seconds. 15 seconds where Stewart was just on top of the puck. That ran, I think, close to 15 seconds, Peter.
I would say you're closer to 15 than it was.
Yep.
But can't you see what he has meant to this club? They are 7-3-1 in 11 games, and he is back in the lineup. He had his first goal last game, Stewart, but Mike, that's not his value. That's not where his value is. It's great when he scores. It's great when he gets assists. But these are the kind of plays that you're talking about. He was out there with Hayda and O'Reilly to kill off those 33 seconds of that 5-on-3. He's had a very big game.
O'Reilly against Spencer for the faceoff. Dallas wins the draw. Shot goes wide of the net. It was tipped. Shot in front, blocked. 30 seconds to go in the period. Got by Goligoski. Bouncing puck in the low slot. Still loose. Shot. Oh, I can't believe it. It's still loose in the slot. Shot and kicked out by Varlamov. 20 seconds to go. We got a whistle and a penalty.
Montague on a play right at the top of the offensive zone. What comes through, Mike? Where does this hit?
Post.
Yeah, I was. And that goes to Spezza, Mike. Spezza's, I mean, he's a superstar.
He had a chance to tie it. Hit the post. So Tanguay in the box for hooking. 6th power play chance. Now it's going to be short-lived.
One icing, Mike. One icing.
And it's over.
Yeah.
So here's the key face-off. A pair of 90s going at it. O'Reilly against Spezza. Spezza won it. Back to the point. Klingberg down the boards. Goligoski in front of the net. It's swept away by the Avs. 10 seconds to go. In the corner, Spezza centered. He missed. The Avs are going to win the game. In regulation, the Avalanche have passed the Dallas Stars in the standings. What a win for Colorado. They come from behind, down 2-0 at the start of the second period, and they win it by a score of 4-3, and have won 3 games in a row.
Well, Mike, as it's been the story the last few wins for the Avalanche, lots of stars, lots of guys that play well. But you got to go back to your goaltender again. Mike, 2 of the first 3 shots go in. This place is just, I mean, it is just dead quiet. And his Avalanche in the second period turn it around. We get a little break on McKinnon's goal maybe, and win it on Duchesne's goal. Breaks a 12-game scoring slump for himself, and you know, it just goes on in this hockey game for the Avalanche.
Peter, I think the penalty killing was
absolutely
was huge today.
And exactly, and Stewart, Hayda, Holden, those guys that kill off the penalties for the Avalanche, all the guys up front. And again, Semyon Varlamov. What's his save percentage now killing penalties? Because they must have had, what, 7-8 shots during the penalty kills?
Yeah, and a total of 9 today,
Wow.
Peter.
Wow, so that's just 9 more locked on.